Hey guys, Garrett97 again. This time with a review of the online exclusive 1/144th scale high-grade Universal Century Jegan D type. This is essentially a remold of the HGUC Jegan with the color scheme of the Stark Jegan. So for colors, all of them are identical to the Stark. You have a nice light mossy green, then you have darker forest green. On the feet there, you have some red and very nice kinda subdued red, not a vibrant red like with the normal Jegan here. Really nice looking colors overall. Of course, have the gray for the joints, hands, and some other various tidbits, and clear blue for the visor. Then for stickers, normal stickers, not a lot. We only get a big one here for the crotch and then two smaller ones for the cameras. One for the main camera and then another one for the back camera. Nice and metallic. Then going on, one unfortunate thing is, even though we do get the HGUC Jegan's scope, we don't get a sticker for it. Would have been kind of cool if that was included, but hey. And then we also get this sticker sheet here. These are the clear marking steels, but these are identical to the Jegan. These are the exact same ones as the normal Jegan, even down to including this one here for the crotch. So yeah. Then moving on with articulation. Of course, if you know the HGUC Jegan, it's going to be pretty much the same. The one thing I find a bit odd is the HGUC Jegan has a really loose backpack. This one doesn't, so maybe they did change a bit, or maybe they just fixed that. So the head goes up, down. It's quite sturdy on its rotation. And that is because it's just plastic rubbing against plastic. Never really liked it. The head is also very difficult to remove if you'd want to do a possible mod or something. But yeah, was never a fan of this, and I do worry that it might wear off in the future a bit. And then arms rotate around all the way, go up really nicely on that shoulder joint, and then the arms themselves go up all the way like that for a very nice range of movement. Forwards a bit, backwards a bit, rotate around, then bend at only one joint. It was a bummer with the original Jegan, and it still is here. Hands rotate, turn around, and do everything a ball joint does. Then the waist, very nice ball joint, forward, backward, will wiggle around really nice. And then on the back, this backpack actually has a bit of movement. Thrusters, well, the thruster goes up and down. These ones don't, well, they're not supposed to move, but yeah, you can technically tilt them around a little bit. Then his wing thingies will go forwards and backwards. Side skirts go up about that far, and then the legs unfortunately don't go out quite as far. Forwards, backwards a lot, because of course, thanks to the design. Then we have an interesting joint in here to make him go forwards and backwards individually. And I guess the idea of it's quite cool, but I do find it's a bit of a nuisance when you're trying to pose it in a more neutral pose, and then the legs, well, then this piece usually is a bit off. Also, the legs rotate on a ball joint, but this piece here also rotates around. Once again, it's a cool idea, but I do find that it's sometimes a bit annoying that you're just trying to get the legs to look the same, but then this will be rotated and you try to rotate it, but then the ball joint rotates. But overall, it's a really cool thing they've got going on there. Knees double jointed, this is about as much as you're gonna get. And the feet forwards, backwards, side to side, and yeah, I guess you could get them to rotate around all the way, but the plastic isn't really gonna like that. So there you go. Overall, the articulation isn't too bad. So it's about what you could expect for the time, but of course, the biggest flaw are those single jointed elbows. Those really should have been double joints. On to accessories. Now, I said that this guy is basically a remold of the ECOWAS, but there are two differences between them. So this guy has a different Vulcan pod, and now I at first thought that this was the spare one that we got with the ECOWAS type, but when you look at it, this one has two small indentations, one at the top and one at the bottom. This one is completely round, so this part is what we get with the Stark Jegan. But then, when we look the other side, there's this part here, which seems to be on the Stark Jegan. The bad news is, this is a separate piece. The Stark Jegan, on the other hand, is molded in with the head. So unfortunately, if you want to get yourself a completely accurate Jegan D type, you will still have to buy this, because there's no amount of mixing and matching you can do to replicate this. You might think, well, I'll just take off the Stark's face mask and I'll just pop in the beard, but unfortunately underneath his face mask he's of course also slightly different, so you will have to buy this guy in order to get a completely accurate Jegan D type. Moving on with the standard accessories, we have the usual Jegan beam rifle. This goes in there, separate trigger finger hand. As always, it has a peg, connects to it, super solid. We also have the bazooka, which has a movable handle here, a movable handle there, and also has a nice peg to click it to the hand, and it's going to be super solid. Just bringing the ECOWAS type again, and they can hold it very easily. Put this to the side. The other one we get is of course the shield. Usual one, we get those nice marking stickers. Put that on there. There we go. And then the final thing we get is the beam saber. Now, this isn't in the side skirt there for one reason. I can't quite get this out, and I'm really worried that if I pull too hard, I might end up breaking it. So the good news is it's not gonna go anywhere. The bad news is it's a bit too tight for its own good. And this is the big one. We also get a smaller one. So it's a cool touch that we get the choice of using a longer one or a shorter one, depending on what you like, or maybe if you're making a stop motion, you know, like in 0083, where they actually have a switch to regulate how long they want their beam saber to be. So that's a cool touch. Also stores in that, in his pocket really, really well. As you can see with the ECOWAS type, that thing isn't going anywhere. Other than this, it's all extra stuff from the ECOWAS type. The good news is you can make yourself a complete ECOWAS Jegan in normal Federation colors. So you have the two different sniper scopes, you have the shield, well, the extra shielded body plate, so that's also a cool thing that you might just want to put on there to give yourself a slightly more bulky slightly more bulky Jegan. So it's cool, it's still there. We have the extra stuff for the Jegan head. This is the normal Jegan head. So you could, if you'd really want to, also make a normal Jegan head. Just put that on here, give him the face mask, and there you go. And also just interchange the beard. So you can make quite a nice variety of things with this set. You also have a different hip joint. And finally, we also get these here. Come to think of it, I haven't shown this in the hand yet. And it's in there really, really nice and securely. As you can see, upside down, not going anywhere. You kind of have to find the sweet spot, because sometimes when it's like this, it's a bit more loose, but when you kind of jam it in there correctly, it's pretty good. The final thing we're getting is this here, which was a part of the runner. Essentially, it's a storage thing for the hand. I mean, it's cool when they did it with things like the, the Gym Cannon 2, which actually had a bunch of different hands to keep. But yeah, if you're giving us a storage thing for one hand alone, it's a cool thought, but yeah, And one final thing I almost forgot about are these hip-mounted grenades. Now the thing about them is they are all molded together, even though this thingy here does open up eventually. Come on, there we go. However, when I pull them out, you will see that each one of them has an individual peg. So if you want, you can make it look like one of them has been used, though they are in there very firmly. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And well, it's a really, really great set. And out of all the Jegans, other than the Star Jegan, I think this guy is kinda one of my new favorites. Because it does have those extra little tidbits to make it special. But that, in and of itself, is kind of positive and kind of negative. On the positive side, if you're getting this set here, you are getting exclusive things. You can't make the D-type anywhere else, so you will have to get this. At the same time, that is also the negative of this, because I know a lot of people will be bummed out that they can't make their own Jegan D-type by simply recoloring an ECOWAS Jegan. So it's a bit give and take there. But for this kit alone, I would say it's a really cool thing. The color scheme is really nice. I love that more militaristic and realistic green. The same green as with the Star Jegan, and man, they look really nice together. And well, almost all of the extra pieces that we're getting are actually usable. You can make yourself an armored Jegan. You can give him the normal Jegan head. You can give him the bazooka. So you will have a lot of things to play around with. The only things that aren't really usable are these two connectors here, which are from the original Jegan, from the backpack. And this, well, I guess is kind of unusable, but you do get a lot of different options on how you want your Jegan to look. So that is really nice. You have the normal accessories, which are nice and varied. You have a bazooka, beam rifle, the beam saber, which actually has two different sizes beam saber blade. All of those things combined with some good articulation, and that makes this a really nice set as a whole. So even for an online exclusive, I think it's quite a nice thing. But then again, should this have been an online exclusive? The very simple answer to that is no. This was a mass production unit featured in the Unicorn OVA series. So it was in an OVA, it was a mass production type, it was shown multiple times. It's not some obscure MSV thing. This classifies in no way, shape or form as an online exclusive. And if this had been a regular release, I would have recommended the hell out of it. As it stands now, you are gonna have to pay a markup. It's gonna be annoying, but if you can find this for a reasonable price, then yes, I can recommend you to pick this up if you really like the Jegans. If you think, hey, Jegans are kinda cool, you're gonna love this. And here is next to all of the other Jegans. So now, a good question to ask is, which one of these should you get if you haven't picked up a Jegan yet? Well, since this is an online exclusive, the simple answer is gonna be either get the Star Jegan or the ECOWAS Jegan. As much as I've said before, as much as I would like to recommend this, it's still an online exclusive. The badass Star Jegan is a regular release, and so is the equally fantastic ECOWAS Jegan. So really, if you're gonna pick up any of these, go for the Stark. And if you don't really like that bulk, go for the ECOWAS. Normal Jegan is also a great alternative. Unfortunately, being an online exclusive, there's no real reason to pick up this guy when you can pick up these three. Kind of a sad conclusion, I know. And for some more size comparisons, here is next to the Gym Custom, a standard size machine, and the always impressive Zaku 3. So, that's all for this review, and see you guys next time.